He walked 40 days, shared his journey on stone. The world's first travel blog was born. In the heart of the Stone Age, nestled between a jagged mountain range and a suspiciously aggressive swamp, there lived a man named Krug. Krug was not particularly strong, nor was he the best at throwing spears, grunting melodically, or rubbing sticks until fire wept out of frustration. But Krug had something the others didn't, an insatiable curiosity about what lay beyond the next hill, and also a mild allergy to mammoth fur, which made staying in camp incredibly itchy. While others were content with the traditional hunter-gatherer lifestyle, Krug gathered something else entirely: experiences. And rocks. He collected a lot of weird-looking rocks, insisting they were souvenirs. One fateful morning, after a night of dreaming about a giant talking boar giving him life advice, Krug stood atop a flat stone and proclaimed to his confused tribe that he would walk for 40 days and cover a distance of 40 kilometers. It wasn't a precise number, it just sounded impressive when shouted. The tribe blinked. A few nodded out of politeness. One guy clapped because he thought there would be snacks, but Krug didn't wait for approval. He packed his essentials: dried lizard meat, a stone tablet for drawing, and his lucky toe bone, and set off. Krug's journey was unlike anything his tribe had witnessed, mostly because no one else had the time to wander aimlessly. He crossed meadows filled with sarcastic goats, stumbled through forests where birds heckled him from the treetops, and even got chased by a family of angry squirrels that mistook his hair for nesting material. Each night, Krug etched his thoughts into slabs of bark and stone. He wrote reviews of the landscapes, like, Day 5, too many ants, 1 star. Documented strange customs of neighboring tribes, like, they dance before hunting, I joined, was mistaken for prey. And invented new phrases like cave lag to describe his disorientation when waking up in someone else's cave. Though Krug didn't know it, his posts were a hit. Other travelers, usually lost hunters or banished cousins, stumbled upon his carved entries and shared them back home. Soon, Krug's stories became a sensation. Around fire pits across the region, elders read aloud his tales of danger, wonder, and that time he accidentally sat on a porcupine and called it an enlightening encounter with local fauna. Krug, meanwhile, was oblivious to his growing fame. On day 19, he tried cooking a fish over geothermal vents and accidentally invented something that would much later resemble smoked sushi. On day 27, he attempted to ride a wild pig, which ended with him dangling from a tree and declaring the attempt a cultural misunderstanding. He named hills, trees, and once a very large rock formation that looked vaguely like his aunt. By day 38, Krug was leaner, wiser, and beginning to suspect that maybe he should have packed more food. He was only 2 kilometers from home, but took a detour after following what he thought was a trail of mystical moss. It turned out to just be regular moss. But the delay led him to discover a hidden valley where frogs croaked in harmony, and the sunsets looked suspiciously like cave paintings. When Krug finally returned on day 40, his tribe gasped, not because he had survived, but because he now smelled like 5 different regions and a dead fish. He presented his tablet of scribbles with pride. The elders squinted, nodded, and declared him the Wanderer, which sounded cooler than that itchy guy who left. From then on, every tribe member who dared to travel beyond their hunting ground would look for Krug's markers, little stones balanced just so, or a sketch of a duck with unusually large feet. These signs meant someone had been there, that the world was bigger than the valley, that adventure was possible. Krug never stopped walking. A few moons later, he left again, this time claiming he was off to find the edge of the earth, or at least a place with better berries. He became a legend, not just for where he went, but for how he told the story. He had no followers in the modern sense, but caves from east to west bore his scribbles, and children grew up imitating his signature confused expression. And somewhere, deep in a cave is a stone etched with his final message. Day 41. Found a berry that makes you see double, or maybe I found 2 berries.